Okay, so if you're watching this video and you want to know the best tips for buying new construction in Vancouver or the Greater Vancouver area, in this video I'll give you the top 6 tips you need to know when buying new construction, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, what's going on? Mark Parsons here with eXp Realty, deep in the heart of Greater Vancouver. And if you are someone that is interested in learning everything Vancouver, Canada, eating, working, playing, culture, real estate market, really anything, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it so that you get notified every time we upload a brand new video about Vancouver and the surrounding areas here on the channel. Honestly, we get dozens and dozens of people reaching out about moving to or relocating to Vancouver or buying and selling within the Greater Vancouver area, and we absolutely love it. It's what we do on a daily basis. So if you're looking to move, relocate, or you just want to come hang out here, make sure to reach out. I'll leave some links in the description as well as our contact info and a link to book a Zoom call at a time of your convenience if that's your preference. Just know that we have your back and we want to take care of you, but if you don't reach out, we can't help. Okay guys, so this video with my top 6 tips when buying new construction is from an old YouTube channel of mine, but I wanted to re-upload it as the tips are still super relevant. I discuss the importance of representation when purchasing new construction, but whether you're represented or not, you must know these tips, especially if you're purchasing a detached home, new construction. So let's cut to the video. Hey guys, Mark Parsons here with RE/MAX. Today I wanted to address the question, as a buyer, do you need representation when buying from a developer or buying new construction? And I mean, the truth is, technically you don't need it, but are you best served if you're buying directly off of the developer? Now, I just had a successful transaction purchasing new construction for single family home. So we're not talking strata here, but I'm going to give 6 key points in this particular transaction. Now, every transaction with every developer will be different because they all use their own contracts. And one thing I can let you know is they're not written in favor of you, the buyer. They're written in favor of themselves. And I'll give you 6 examples here on this transaction where it served my buyer greatly to be represented. So the first one is your deposit. You hand over your deposit. Where does it go? If you deal directly with the developer, it will go one of 2 places, either to their lawyer or directly to them. Now, in any transaction, you want somebody who's representing you, holding your deposit in trust. Reason being, when you're dealing with developers, often they will have single companies to handle the developments. If something were to go wrong, they could fold up the company. Now, this isn't common, but it does happen. It's not uncommon. Over the years and across the country, it's happened again and again and again. So you want your deposit protected. The next one is subjects. Not only do they write up the contract, but if you're unrepresented as a buyer, they will do you the courtesy of filling in a Schedule A for you, which fills out all of the terms and conditions. They'll put in subject to financing for you, maybe subject to a clear title search. In the one that we had dealt with, they didn't put anything about a home inspection. Now, it's very easy for a developer to let you assume that because it's new construction, that you don't actually need a home inspection, but you do. In this case, you'll get home inspectors knowing what to look for when dealing with new developments. Our home inspection came back with over 20 items that had to be addressed by the developer. They're delivering you a new product, so they really don't have any pushback of saying, you know, it's an older home that comes with it. But we found insulation spots that were letting out hot air. We found cracks in siding. What else was there? There was some lots of minor issues, but a lot of them over 20. So you do want to get your home inspection and put in the subjects that will protect you. The next one was in their contract that they handed over. They did put in a final walkthrough, which of course you're going to want to have one with the developer before you go in to make sure that everything is as it should be, brand new and ready to go. Now, one thing that they did leave out, they didn't mention anything of how they would document any deficiencies, creating a deficiency list and coming up with a
a dollar figure around that. When I'm dealing with a buyer, we make sure that a deficiency list in the contract, they have to create one, put a dollar figure to it, and we hold back the funds for you, because the last thing you want to be doing is, after the developer has gotten all of their money, is to be chasing them around to do little tasks for you that really are only costing them money at the end of the day. Now, the other one is a buyer holdback. They didn't mention this at all in the contract, and this is standard practice for new construction, where the buyer will hold back 10% for approximately 2 months, 10% of the improvement value, or the value of the building. Now, the purpose for this is, in the odd scenario, I mean, it happens. It's not going to happen on every transaction. In fact, it'll happen on very little, but you want to make sure you're protected. But say the developer didn't pay their tradespeople, and the tradespeople come back and put a lien on the title of the house. That would become your issue. So by having a holdback in there, and this is standard, they don't put it in because they're writing it for themselves, and I don't even blame them. They're not writing the contracts for the buyer, they're writing it for themselves. So with the proper representation, you can make sure that you're protected on things like that. So you want to make sure that you have a holdback for at least up to 45, 55, 60 days of 10% of the improvement value of the building structure, just so that you have something there in case something goes wrong. Now, another one they never mention is a final occupancy certificate. If you were to purchase it and not have your final occupancy certificate issued by the city, well, this could cause issues. They could come out, say you can't live in here until X, Y, Z is done, and you don't want to be chasing this around after the fact. Now, did the developers not put it in because they know they had it? Sure, that's possible, but they would also not put it in if they knew they didn't have it. Rare scenario, but you want to be protected. And the last one that they failed to put in their own contract was that they were licensed in accordance to the Homeowner Protection Act, and that the mandatory warranty insurance was in place, your 2510. Now, again, it's only issues. The only problems happen is if you don't have it in the contract and it comes up later. So they conveniently left a lot of stuff out that was positioned there to protect our buyer. So, you know, we made sure all of those clauses and contracts were, all of those terms and conditions were in the contract. So in the worst case scenario, the buyer is protected. But at the end of the day, there is huge advantage to the buyer. Forget the fact that you'll likely get a lower price when dealing with a qualified and aggressive agent to get you the best price, but that's a small part of it. Really, it's protecting yourself on all of the little things that are very unlikely to happen, but they become absolute nightmares if they come up. So that's my advice on that. Get a good agent to represent you even when you're purchasing new construction.
Okay guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. The best tips for buying new construction in Vancouver or the Greater Vancouver area. In that video, we were speaking on a purchase of a new construction detached home, but most of those tips are relevant for condos and townhomes as well. If you're somebody that is looking to move, relocate, or really just hang out with us here in Vancouver, I'm going to go ahead and leave all of our contact information in the description below, as well as a link to book a Zoom call at a time of your convenience if that's your preference. Send us an email, shoot us a text, give us a call, book a Zoom meeting, because if you're moving here to Vancouver or relocating within the Vancouver area, we have your back. We have you covered, and we absolutely love doing it. It's what we do every single day, and it's what we're good at. So, and if you don't reach out, we can't help you. So reach out. So with all that being said, my name is Mark Parsons with eXp Realty. I'm from the Greater Vancouver area. So if you have any questions at all, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys on the next video.